Hi Capricorn, welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what is going on in your love life with your new person, with this soulmate. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Here like that. Need this to go further. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, overall energy for this week's reading for you is the Eight of Cups. So this is talking about you walking away from something. I feel like walking away from, what no longer serves you, okay? You're leaving those cups behind and moving forward, looking for your Nine of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment. And that's what's going to take you to the Ten of Cups, which is your happiness, okay? Family, all those things, okay? Underneath this is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is talking about you putting in the work. You're willing to do the work that is necessary in order to bring about what it is you want when it comes to your love life. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is showing you, this is like my bachelor or bachelorette card. It's also about you standing in your power and knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve. So I feel like you walking away from this person, Capricorn, is what is solidifying, what you realize you deserve. You realize you were getting the short end of the stick, and you're moving forward out of that energy into an energy where you can take care of yourself. You know what you deserve, you know what type of treatment you want, and you're holding out for that. So we have the Star card showing up next. This is Aquarius energy. You may have Aquarius placements, your person may have. This can talk about your wishes coming true. It can also speak of the healing that you're going through in order to prepare for this connection, okay? You got the truth coming. You have communication coming with this Ace of Swords. So this is talking about, a fresh new start when it comes to your love life, okay? One where it's going to be more in the vein of what you want, okay, rather than what you don't want, okay? Then we've got the Seven of Wands here. So this is about you protecting your energy and being very discerning about who you allow into it, okay? All right, so we're going to start by clarifying this Eight of Cups. You got somebody coming. I was about to call you Aquarius. Like I said, somebody got Aquarius places, or maybe your new person might be Aquarius. But you got somebody coming that's going to be very devoted to you. Eight of Cups. Oh. Okay. Okay, so what's falling for you is the regret card and the Dark Night of the Soul. So a lot of you may be regretting what happened with this twin, okay, in this last connection, but don't regret that, okay? It had to happen. You had to learn these lessons because this was about you figuring out what type of behavior and what type of treatment you deserve, because you don't deserve to have all these things that happen to you, but sometimes you got to have it shoved in your face for you to realize where you're going wrong, okay? So some of you may be going through the Dark Night of the Soul. If you are, my heart goes out to you. This can talk about a spiritual depression. If those of you that don't know what it is, and it's like with normal depression, the things that normally bring you joy, they stop doing that for a period of time while you go through your spiritual awakening. And once it's over, all of that will come back. But while you're going through it, it's not the most comfortable thing to go through. But this is good because once you come out of this Dark Night of the Soul, it's going to put you on a better timeline for you to be able to, experience what it is you want when it comes to relationships. Okay. All right. Let's get a message from let's clarify for your person. We're going to get some from your person's side. Person wants to have a family with you. I see the family life card there. Because like I said, you're not the only person walking away from somebody, okay? Your person has walked away from someone as well, okay? All right, so we've got destructive battles and interfering temptation showing up. So your person's been through it as well. Okay. They've had, you know, been in relationships with people who were tempted to step out of the relationship. Like I've told a lot of the signs, I feel like your person has been cheated on, you know, at least once by, you know, other people they've been in relationships with. And so this person is all about loyalty and all about devotion because they were shown anything but that in their relationships in the past. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Ooh, it's hot. I'm hot. Yeah. So this is about the both of you rising from the ashes like a phoenix. Okay. About you renewing your life, you know, having growth, rising from the ashes of what happened in the past. Okay. All right. And that's Scorpio energy. So you may have Scorpio placements as well. All right, Capricorn. The card we have for you this week is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So this is where you are focusing, I feel like, on building your empire. This can also speak of, you know, like you trying to leave a legacy, you know, building, you know, wealth for your family and building, you know, building stability for your family, not just for yourself. Okay. Let's clarify. Hold on one second. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So in order for you to move forward, Spirit is telling you everything's going to happen in divine timing. And this is also about you compromising, learning how to compromise with this new person that's coming in, because this new person is going to want to give you everything you want, but they're going to also want those same things in return. Okay. All right. Let's pull some more cards. Okay. I knew they was gonna show up. It was just a matter of time. Okay, so button heads and arguing and scorned ex-lover. This could be what your person is coming out of, but I feel like this is the twin. This is the twin coming. You know, they feel scorned because they know you're moving on. This could be your person's person as well. They're wanting to fight and argue with their person to try to keep them stuck where they are. And, you know, because they're scorned as well, because, you know, people don't like it when you can, you know, just cut them off and move on. But I feel like that's what you deserve because of the shit you've been through with this person. Okay. So you've got, yeah, see the golden mirror, narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. Okay. We're going to throw that to the side. Let's move on. So when it comes to your person, they're showing up as the Six of Pentacles this week. So this is about them wanting to have equal give and take, equal love. They want to treat you as well as, you know, they want to be treated with the Six of Pentacles. Because I feel like it's just you mirror each other. You both been through situations where you've wanted so badly for somebody to see you, see your value, treat you properly, and you just haven't been getting that. Okay, because there are some things that have to be, you know, looked at in your subconscious mind. That's when I patent back there, subconscious mind. So we got fairy tale love showing up and the masculine evolving. So your masculine, your divine masculine, this soulmate, I'm not talking about the other person. This person wants to come in and they want to have a fairy tale love with you. They want the same thing you want. Okay. And they are making the moves they need to make in order to show up like that. Okay. All right. Six of Pentacles. Okay. You're trying to close out. They're trying to close out cycles as well. For some of you, your person could be numbing. Okay. They could be numbing because remember, we've had the addictions card show up for this person before. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have an addiction. It's just Spirit trying to draw your attention to the fact that they, you know, they may, what they call it, teetotal, they may drink, they may, you know, do substances. Everybody's going to be different. Okay. All right. Let me pull some other cards. Yeah. So you're both going to be receiving signs on how to navigate through this situation. Okay. Yeah. And this is about both of you cutting out and, you know, cutting out things that no longer serve you while you're in separation from each other, stopping certain patterns. Okay. And, you know, this silent treatment, I feel like that has to do with your exes. Okay. You may be giving them the silent treatment. Okay. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we have the Seven of Swords. So this is talking about where y'all have been. Y'all have been in a situations where you've been deceived, where you've been cheated on, you've been backstabbed, you've been lied to, left out in the cold, all these types of things from people who really didn't care for you the way you cared for them. Okay? Seven of Swords. Okay. Okay, because of the lies and the deception you've been through, you may be showing up a bit fearful, but Spirit is, when this fear is just unhealed, it's just unhealed stuff. Once you start to heal it and you get through it, this will lessen. It will come down from where it is, okay? So we've got the communication card and vibrations as well. So Spirit is telling you to keep your vibrations as high as possible. And one of the ways you do that is by healing any issues you have, okay? And this is also talking about, you having communication coming in. For some of you, this is also talking about you learning how to communicate your needs to other people, setting your boundaries, okay? All right, because I've said this before. I don't know if I said this to y'all, but this is also about you letting this new person know what you expect in a relationship, okay? How you want this person to treat you, right? Because a lot of times we go into connections with people and we so excited to be in a connection with the person that we don't communicate our needs, our wants and our needs. And I feel like that's what Spirit is telling you. When you're move slowly, let this person know what you're wanting. Ask them what they want if they don't volunteer it, so that the two of you can be on the same page. You can know what they're expecting. They know what you expect, and you know if you're prepared to give that. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, this person is working on their self insecurities. Okay. Because like I said, their self-esteem was chipped at just like yours was, but they're coming in, they have butterfly feelings when they're with you. Like I told you, they love you already. And I feel like you are the impetus, you're the inspiration for this person to work on themselves the way that they are, because they want to be ready. They want to be on the same level as you. They're ready to do anything that is necessary for this to work out. Okay. All right, let's clarify. So yeah, see, passion, baby. Woo, passion. That's why I'm hot. It's been hot this whole read. I'm hot. So it's talking about insane chemistry, and I got the air on. I had to cut the air on, but I got it on, and I'm still hot. So it's saying insane chemistry, sparks, and having fun, equal interest, burning desire. So like I told y'all, like I said, Spirit wants you to go slow, and I recommend that you go slow too. But in this instance, because those of you that feel your person, you can feel this stuff I'm telling you, okay? Because I can feel it. And I sit and I tell myself, I'm like, ooh, I don't know about how slow you're going to be able to go, because you feel like you want to tear this person's clothes off, and you can feel it from them that they want to do the same thing to you. So I don't know. I guess it's just going to have to be, I don't know, a battle of willpower or something like that to try not to do it. But I mean, you got to do, we adults, you got to do what you got to do. The person loves you. You're going to see if you don't realize it by now. If you haven't realized it by now, or you haven't felt it by now, you're going to see. And I feel like once you become relaxed, then you'll be able to make a decision one way or the other. It's whatever, like I said, you're adults. You got to do what you think is best. Okay. You have free will at the end of the day, always. Okay, so when it comes to what is in your power to change, we have the Justice card. This is Libra energy, whether or not you get your justice. And what Spirit is talking about with this is the fact that this twin is going to come back. We got to talk about this because it has to do with the card. They're going to come back. They're going to be trying to tell you they changed. They're not the same person. They done let go of whoever the hell they was out in the streets with. All this kind of shit. And then you're going to have to make a decision. And 9 times out of 10, this person's going to show up when you're already in something with this new person. Because like I said, they feel you moving on and it's freaking them out. They don't know what to do. That's why they keep showing up in the cards. Because like I said, I have certain signs that I've read for. I have like a stack of cards like this from the person trying to break through to give messages and say things because they feel all of y'all walking away. And then because look at the card that's on the top of your read. You walking away. You like, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm done with the empty cups or the half cups or the, you want to give me nothing today and then maybe 5% tomorrow. You want all this kind of stuff, right? So with this Justice card, Spirit is saying you have a choice because your karma is going to be based on who you choose. And what I mean by that is if you choose to go with the new person, okay, or you choose yourself, that, you know, you will have good karma for doing that. You're going to have the best, let me say this, you're going to have the best karma if you choose the other person, the soulmate, okay? If you choose yourself, I'm not saying you're not gonna have good karma. I'm not saying that. You will have good karma, but the reward is supposed to be this person, okay? But you have a choice. Like I said, at the end of the day, you do whatever you feel is right, okay? If you feel like your soul or your intuition or your guides are telling you to choose yourself, then you do that, okay? But if you choose the twin, okay, because there's some people that are trickling in that's still going through the twin thing. That's why I tell y'all these reads are timeless, because everybody's going to be at a different point. Because I get people in the comments, like, I'll give you this read here. Some people will say, yeah, that happened to me 2 years ago. Some people will say, oh, I'm going through that right now. And then you'll have people that are saying, oh, you know, I just got out of that, or I'm headed towards that. Okay. So if you decide to go back to the twin, which I feel like a lot of you are not doing, you're going to be, you know, you're going to have to go through the same thing again. It's the same cycles, okay? The same cycles of abuse and all this type of stuff, because this person hasn't changed. And we know this, right? But I have to put this out here for the people that don't understand what's happening, because some people are showing up to the party, you know, a little later from us having moved forward, and they don't understand what's going on. They think when we're talking about the new person, they think we talking about the twin when we actually talking about the soulmate. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Justice. Okay. So you are mirroring each other. You and this soulmate are mirroring each other. And this is about both of you releasing the things, again, that no longer serve you, to prepare for this new connection. Okay. What happened between, you know, you and whoever, Joe Schmo, or I don't know, Gina Schmo, or whatever for the guys, they are, you know, that's in the past. So we gotta leave that in the past and know, yes, you got hurt. No, yes, it sucked. No, you didn't deserve it. But it's time to move on. It's time to move on and leave that in the past and know you got hurt. But just take your time when you walk into new connections. Okay. All right. So hold on. I got to cover this up. So this is your twin. See, I must have talked them up. I talked them up. Just looking for a good time. And then we've got gradually working on bettering this connection. Let me clarify this. Can you clarify this, please, Spirit? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is from your soulmate. Okay. They're bettering themselves so that they can better this connection, because with the Two of Cups, strong connection, mutual attraction between the two of you is where the two of you are headed. Okay. All right. Let me get one more. Justice. Yeah, this is about both of you, you know, letting go of this narrative that you're not enough, because you are enough. You've just been exposed to people who, for whatever their shortcomings are, they couldn't see it. Okay. But this is about you learning to believe and to understand that you are enough so that you can attract what it is that you want. So some of these people that you've been exposed to, Capricorn, have led you to believe by their actions and the way that they move, that you are not enough. And a lot of times when people, you know, treat us like this, before we understand how the mind works, we have these limiting beliefs and thinking that we're not enough. But this is something that you need to work on a regular basis, because the way you want this new person to love you is going to be a direct reflection of how you love yourself, the relationship you have with yourself. So I always tell y'all about self-love. It's something I do every day. If I don't do nothing else, I meditate and I do self-love every day. So even people that the manifestation teachers, even they talk about it, that in order to sustain manifestations that they're trying to bring in, you have to maintain your self-love. because that's the foundation for all of it. Okay. All right, here we go. So next card is what is not in your power to change. 9 of Cups. So Spirit is saying you're going to get this wish, this new person coming into your life, this soulmate, whether you want it or not, they're coming in. Okay. So the choice, you're going to have to make the choice. And I feel like the reason why Spirit is doing this is because some of y'all have been hurt so badly until you're not wanting to try again. And I feel like Spirit just wants to expose you to somebody and let you make your decision from there. It's all about like the exposure, not you just making a decision and you haven't even laid eyes on the person or dealt with the person or whatever. So like I said, at the end of the day, it's your choice whether or not you want to be with this person. But I feel like Spirit is like, look, this is your reward. Give this person a chance, because look, you gave this fucker a chance. Why you can't give the new person a chance? That's the way I'm saying. Because I'm like, if you gonna give anybody a chance and let anybody in, it needs to be this new person. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, it's your choice. It is your choice at the end of the day. Okay, 9 of Cups. Because this person is gonna show up just the way you want them to show up, but you gotta, you gotta open up and let them in. So we have the Destruction card. This is like the Tower. And then look, the Observer. So you being watched. I feel like you being watched by both. I feel like you being watched by the soulmate and you being watched by this other person. Okay. And then this is like a Tower moment happening in your life. And I feel like that's going to happen when this new person shows up. Okay. Okay. So we have, see, ooh, buddy. Okay. We got this love offer coming in. All right. So this person, like I told you, this person means business. They not, they not messing around. Okay. But we also got this, the drunken love card coming up. Okay. Because like I told you, this person, they got their issues just like everybody else. And I feel like they are doing what they can to get this under control. Okay. It says abusive on here. This person is not abusive. I feel like this is the card. This is the only card that has to do with drinking. And that's why it's coming in. I really, honestly, I feel like it's just, the drunken thing. Okay. All right. And not saying that they're drunk. Okay. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that some of these cards, they're made where they can cover any type of situation. But this, there's levels to everything. Let me just say it like that. Levels to everything. Like I said, just give a person a chance, see what happens. If you don't like the way things going, you don't like the way they act, then you can just be done with it. Okay. So look, there's the Runner. That's your twin. Okay, we're gonna let that one go. Let's go. You're out of these cards. Okay, there you go. Soulmates. So this is about a soul connection, a partnership, a soul contract, a life partner. And really, honestly, this could have to do with your twin, because we know for a lot of you, your twin likes to drink it and drug it up. Okay. So I'm going to put it over here and say it's them. Okay. So, cause it fell out. It fell out with this card. It fell out with this card when this card came. So I'm going to say it was the twin. All right. Okay. When it comes to what action is in your highest interest, we have the World. This is Spirit telling you, close out old cycles, so you can overcome personal challenges, open up new doors and opportunities for yourself, a new opportunity to have the type of relationship you've always wanted to have. Like I said, it just would be sad, Capricorn, for you to give up on this. Just give it a chance first. And then if it sucks, then let it go. You've lost nothing if you do that. If you go slow, and you feel trepidation, or you feel like, you don't want to go any further, then stop. But at least see what it is first before you shut it down. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But like I said, it's your choice. Okay. So to clarify, Spirit is telling you, it's time to bring a conclusion to a lot of these things you've been dragging around all your life. Look, remember I told you devotion card, you got somebody coming in very devoted. And then we have the surrender card. Spirit is telling you to surrender and realize that, this is out of your hands. This is playing out whether you want it to or not. Like I said, the choice is yours, though, whether you choose to stay with this person or not. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. See, there they go. Lying always, what it says, always sneaks around lying about things. You know who that is. So this new person, your soulmate, is cutting off all the old riffraff, okay? They're admiring your beauty or your handsomeness. Make it fit, guys. And they're talking about, they're all about you. They ain't worrying about nobody else. They cutting off everybody else. This person has a lot of options, and I feel like you have a lot of options as well. I'm not saying that you don't, but I'm trying to tell you, this person is a quality person. Not saying that you're not. I'm just telling you about this person versus, this other thing that we had going on over here. But they're all about you. They want to be with you. They're not trying to hear nobody else. They feel like they have found their one. Okay? All right. Okay, then we got coffee cup. It says meeting and talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building a friendship. So like I said, and then you got to look at it like this too. If you're not sure, if you're wanting to be by yourself, just be friends with the person. Be friends with them and see what happens. Okay? You can do that, right? What's wrong with being somebody's friend? We can all have we can all be in for a good friend. Cause I know a lot of y'all done had fucked up friendships too. Cause this shit that go down, it's not just about the romantic relationships. It's about all your fucking relationships where people want to use you and abuse you and do all kind of crazy things. Okay? All right. Okay, so now we're gonna get some messages from spirit, then we get some messages from this new person. Okay? Nothing from the old person. If it shows up, I'm throwing it to the side like I always do. Okay, so we've got reconstruction. It says there is breaking down, reorganizing, and mending required to rebuild this foundation. So that's what's happening now. Both of you are going through this reconstruction, okay? Then we have obsession. Unhealthy obsessive thoughts are taking up space in the, okay, that's, you know who that is. Blindfold. There is vital hidden information hidden. You know who that is. Okay, let's move on. Let me get some more. Okay, so we got guarded. Someone is being cautious and wearing a protective barrier. Okay, I feel like this is you, and you got every right to, because you've been through a lot of fucking shit, but just don't take it to the extreme. Don't take it to the extreme, okay? You went through a bad situation with this other person. I get it, because I went through one too. But I'm on the other side of it, and I'm here to tell y'all, those are you that may still be going through it, you feel completely different once you've done your healing and done what you need to do. And you don't feel, whereas I didn't feel like I could be with somebody new after I just gotten out of something with the twin. Now I'm raring to go. I'm like, let's go. Okay. So don't think that you always going to feel that way. It's because you have to heal. You have to heal that stuff. Okay. So we've got romantic proposal. It says a lover will make a heartfelt love offer to express their feelings and desires for you. Okay. And then here's addiction. Addictive behaviors are impacting this partnership. So whatever it is, I told you, it could be anything. It could be the damn gym. It could be alcohol. It could be some type of drug. It could be anything. Okay. But like I said, let's see what it is first. And then deal with it. Because it might not even be that bad, because there's no card for, has these amount of drinks a week or this isn't. We don't have cards for this type of thing. So, and like I told you, you have to trust spirit, because spirit is not going to give you no garbage after what you went through with this person. They're not going to do that. But you got it. Like I said, you also have to be discerning and check out everything and see what the hell is going on. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get some messages from your person. Okay, so we've got my world. It says, you mean the world to me. Everything revolves around you. I keep you in mind when I'm making decisions, and I include you in all of my plans. Okay, so this person is planning their future with you in mind. It says, every action, every dream. I love doing life with you. You mean so much to me. Without you, I feel like nothing. Okay, then we have open. It says opening up. See what spirit is telling you. It says, I'm getting ready to say what's in my heart. I know that this is love. It's true, unconditional, and everlasting, and an everlasting kind of love. I want you to know that I'm trying to open up, but it's so hard for me to put my feelings for you into words, but I know I have to do this and that you need to hear them. Okay? All right. And then look, let go of fear. Spirit is saying you are safe with this person. Okay? And it says, I have no fear of making mistakes. Nothing you do or say will ever make me stop loving you. There are no mistakes on this journey, only soul lessons. Everything happens for a reason. It's safe to be vulnerable with me. Okay? So this person is going to provide a safe space for you to be. Let me get some more messages. Okay, so we have, when I'm truly ready, I will come to you. Okay? Then we have, I secretly watch you. That we have that observer card show up. It says, you are my heart's desire. You and your love are worth it. No one else could hold a candle to you. I often imagine what it will be like whenever you and I come together. Like I told you, this person, they fantasize about the two of you being together, what your life is going to be like, all of these things. Okay. So before you go, we're going to get some Black Hollywood romance oracle cards and see what else Spirit wants to tell you. Okay. One just flipped over. It says, listen and reflect. It says, sometimes what a person needs is not a wise mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. Okay? All right, hold on. Okay, so we have butterflies. It says, enjoy the overwhelming excitement and bliss of new or old love. Look at this. The mirroring. Hold on. Where did it go? There it is. Butterfly feelings when I'm with you. Okay? So like I said, the two of you mirror a lot. And then vivid dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. As the connection deepens, your dreams become more pronounced and full of answers. Okay? Okay, that's it. Okay. All right, Capricorn, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Capricorn.